This was simultaneously the best and worst experience I've had reviewing the movie yet. We got into that theater, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I think their bulb was screwed up on their camera or something, but the image was just dim and looked really bad.
And they had a bright light in the bottom left corner of the screen, so whenever it was a scene that happened at night, you pretty much couldn't tell hardly at all what was going on.
You couldn't see anything. I mean, it cut out some of the best scenes of the movie just from glare from that exit light. It was just horrible. At the same time, great movie.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Movie.
I can't say enough good things about this movie.
Yeah, me neither. I was very pleasantly surprised by Shia LaBeouf. Standing up against Tom Hardy and Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, who we forgot. He was the one we forgot. I can't believe I forgot Guy Pearce. Because I love Guy Pearce, and I'm always saying he's so underused. He's so underused. And he was awesome.
That guy's
just
great.
Killed it. Awesome.
Yeah. Genuinely just an amazing villain. You'd love to hate the guy. It almost reminded me of the villain from Inglourious Bastards. The guy that's just so creepily charming and horrifying at the same time. And it was largely a Shia LaBeouf movie.
He was the star of this picture, for sure.
And he held his own. He did an amazing job. I even got a little choked up in that scene where he just started bawling and stuff. Like, he delivered, man, in a big way.
This is the movie that I've been wanting Shia LaBeouf to do.
Exactly.
This is a movie where the material is strong enough that I don't feel like he's just doing another mediocre paycheck. You know, it's like, I mean, he turns in a good performance wherever he goes and everything. Like we said in the pre-review, go ahead and click wherever I put the annotation to go there. But he's just got a lot of mediocre material under his belt for not being a bad actor. He's not bad. To throw him into something like this, I was thrilled.
He was the perfect choice. He made that character feel extremely real. I was expecting all the others to do great. I mean, Gary Oldman, that guy's never let me down. He's awesome. Guy Pearce, you know, Tom Hardy. All those guys, I pretty much knew they were going to do an amazing job. It was Shia LaBeouf that I was having questions about, but man,
especially since it is the top billed guy in this movie.
Yeah.
Right when I saw the poster, I was like, oh, well, you know, it's kind of an indie movie with Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I might catch that. Yeah. But then what turned me on to it was I saw that it's written by Nick Cave, and I saw the supporting cast, and I was like, well, I have to see this. And with my expectations as high as they were, and they were really high.
Oh, yeah.
He delivered.
Yeah, don't lower your expectations about this movie. It will meet your expectations and go further. I haven't heard much about the director, but it was really well done. Like, the violence is kind of far and in between, but because it's far and in between, it cuts really deep.
Super effective.
Yeah, it just kind of proved how good of a movie it was, the fact that we had that glare in the bottom left hand of the screen, and we still got so into it the entire time.
And that is part of the reason that the glare just killed me.
Yeah.
The cinematography and everything was just dead on, I could tell, but even in daylight scenes, because of the contrast was off with the image being so dim, I couldn't make out faces. Had I had my glasses off, it wouldn't have made that big a difference. Having said that, it still totally captivated me the entire time. And I gotta give some respect to Regal Cinemas for their handling of the situation. As soon as
an admission ticket.
As soon as the credits started rolling, the guy was there and he was apologizing and gave free passes to everybody without us even having to say a word to him.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I really appreciated that because I was pissed. I was going to go to the management and be like, you need to make this right. And I didn't even have to get up out of my seat before the guy was there handing me my free ticket.
Yeah, big props to Regal Cinemas for taking care of that.
Thank you, Regal. We really appreciated that.
Yeah.
A lot.
It was really frustrating, but it just shows how dynamic and amazing that movie was. The fact that we did sit through the whole thing and we have such a positive opinion about it, even throughout all of that stuff.
I don't know. I don't want to just sit here and gush the entire time. But really, aside from the viewing experience, there was nothing I didn't love about this movie.
I was trying to find stuff.
I will say this. This is not a movie that everybody's going to love, specifically because it was so good. It was really dead on because it didn't try to appeal all the way across the board. It was like, this is a movie you like, or this is a movie you don't, but we are going wholeheartedly at it in this direction, and we're not going to try and pander to you one way or the other. You're either going to love it or, take a hike. And I love that. I mean, I've been very vocal about that in the past, obviously.
Oh yeah, and I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, the best movies don't appeal to all audiences. It's for a select group of people who really, really understand it, and this is one of those movies.
This is the worst I can say about this movie. The worst thing I can say about it is that there are 3 brothers, and only 2 of them really get a lot of attention.
Right, yeah, that other guy was kind of just, I don't even remember his name in the movie. He played a really important role on a few parts, but throughout the movie he kind of gets lost.
But I can't say that that ruined anything for me, because really it was his character to be the support brother who's just there in the background. He was not the leader, and he wasn't the runt. He's a quiet character, and he doesn't feel the need to say much, and so he kind of fades into the background. So even though it is a criticism, I can't say that it didn't work or didn't fit with everything that was going on.
Well, and they made it fit with the movie, like the fact that he's the one that's always dipping into the moonshine and stuff like that. You know, he was the one that 90% of the movie, you know, he's trashed. It really worked. Like, I can't see it as a criticism either. I was really struggling, like, watching the movie, trying to find something that I didn't like about it, and I couldn't do it.
Mia, what's her name? It's like a Polish name or something. The gal who played the preacher's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
She was great, and I don't always like her, but she was really great in this because she has that kind of just plain beauty.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, she's pretty, but she's plain, too. And it really worked for the character. She was just really perfectly cast as that. Yeah. Because of the type of character she played and because of the era and the region. It blows my mind that I was so into this movie, because I would have figured that at least I could say the subject matter didn't interest me. Because really, 1920s hillbilly story does not scream, you gotta watch this to me.
Yeah, a bunch of moonshiners.
I was completely captivated, start to finish.
Oh yeah, me too. They made it very interesting, because in the beginning, you know, it's about the moonshiners and what they're doing, but it very quickly takes a very different turn, and it's about something completely different.
Well, anyway, getting down to ratings.
I'm giving this movie a 10. I don't really have a choice. I can't even go down to a 9.5 like I did with Expendables 2. This movie is a 10.
I have to agree. I was actually really, like you said, looking for something to complain about, and that's the only reason I was able to come up with the brother thing, because if I hadn't been searching for it, I wouldn't have even thought of it. But I was looking the entire time. I was like, I just gave Expendables a 9.5 2 weeks ago. You can't tell me I'm going to come up with a perfect 10 this fast after that. And it absolutely does not make a single misstep.
I was sitting there waiting just for, like, Shia LaBeouf to, like, drop his accent for a couple minutes or something like that, or Tom Hardy when he's in the hospital bed, but
even for it to go over the edge in the confrontations to where it becomes silly and action pandering, which would have been very out of tone with this movie, and it didn't. It just nailed it start to finish.
You could tell that all of the actors were excited about the characters they were playing. They really put in an effort to make it feel as real as possible, and it kind of blew me away.
I love this movie. This is a movie I'm going to watch many, many more times. I'm buying this the day it hits the home market. I just can't recommend this enough. It was fantastic.
I'm probably going to pay to see it again in theaters. It's that good without a glare this time.
So, we don't have any Q&A this week. Nobody asked any questions for us to answer, so sorry if you were looking forward to that. Due to some financial considerations, we're going to have to scale back our reviews. We're looking at right now cutting back to 1 a month. If you go to our blog or look in the notes below, I'll put a note on when the next one's coming out. It'll be in about 3 weeks, I think. We're going to go see End of Watch.
Yeah.
So tune in for that, and until things pick back up financially for us, we're going to just be doing 1 a month, because we just can't afford to go every week as much as I would like to. One of the things we want to do, so keep an eye on the blog for this, is we want to start doing reviews of new release DVDs. It's because we can afford to sit down together and pay $1.75 to rent something at Redbox, or, you know, get something on Netflix or something like that. So thank you to everyone who's been watching. We really appreciate our viewers. We appreciate everyone who's been following us on Facebook and Twitter. And we're not going away. We're just scaling it back a little bit and retooling a little.
Hopefully we'll be back with a vengeance.
Yeah. So click the annotations bar down below to go to our channel. Watch our other videos, like, subscribe. We are going to be putting out more videos. It's just they're going to be fewer and further between. So thank you again to all of our viewers, and we'll catch you next time when we review End of Watch.
I like that we had a perfect 10 before we...
Yeah, great one to go out on.
Yeah,
great one to go out on.
Absolutely.
All right, take it easy.